Good morning and welcome to vlog number 20. It's the 6th of January and here's a quick recap of the figures. So we start the week on 311,000 items. Now that's up about 3,500 on last week. So not quite where I want to be, and I think I need to be uploading a little bit more each week. So I'll try a bit harder this week. I think we'll have to see. There's a few things going off this week that are unavoidable. One of them being tax return. Got to get the tax return done this week, I think, and make sure that it's in line with where I think it should be. Lots. Well, just at 12,736, and that's up by 110 on last week, so that's good. Good little increase. Feedback percentage remains the same at 99.9. That's never going to change for a while, I don't think. But orders is at 8952, which is up 25 on last week. So in terms of number of orders, we're just getting back up to where we were before Christmas. I think we were averaging about 30. So not too bad, but the value I think is down by quite a bit, to be honest. Fans is up by 161. I think that grows very slowly. And the feedback score is now 4,975, which is up by 12. So yeah, not bad. And YouTube. So YouTube subscribers is now 578. That's up by 3. So slowly growing. But you know, it's growing, and that's the main thing. But it says I've got a new achievement, 3,000 hours of watch time, which is where I need to be. Unfortunately, the page that really matters, it's where it shows sort of earnings, I suppose, shows that I'm not quite there yet. It updates at 8 o'clock in the morning, so maybe at 8 o'clock it'll suddenly jump. But yeah, I was a bit surprised by that, because the watch hours has been growing very slowly over the last few days, sort of 2-3 hours each day, primarily because, like I said in the last vlog, I've missed a week, so there hasn't been any content. So I was quite surprised at that. Maybe the achievements unlock at a different rate to the earning page being updated, I don't know, but we'll see at 8 o'clock whether that's changed. Okay, because it's Monday morning, this is the weekend's orders. Yeah, a bit disappointing really. Just 5 orders, 4 on Bricklink, 1 on BrickOwl. Not quite sure what's happened there. Maybe it's been quiet for all of you guys. Maybe you guys have had a really great weekend. But here, no, not so good. Just 5. But 5 orders all the same. You know, I'm certainly not going to knock these 5 orders. Right, so we've got some new tiles going out, these printed tiles. They've got little eyes on them. Definitely Brick Arena stock those. I remember putting those up the other week. So good to see those being sold. Then we've got, looks like, some Technic and Bionicle pieces there, mixture of used and new. This order, I think it's primarily new actually. But these printed, I've forgotten what you call them. These printed pieces, there's 2 of them. They're from a Star Wars set. I only uploaded those last week, and they've sold pretty much straight away, so that's good. Lots of light bluish grey in this order, so possibly something Star Wars related, and lots of those. So nice little order. This order is just for one of those pneumatic tubes. And then I think this is probably the largest order in terms of lot count. And again, mainly new. A little bit of use to start off with, and then lots of dark blue, some coral plates in there, which is good. Some tiles, some of these dark tan slopes, and I think they've also ordered some of the dark blue versions as well. So yeah, plenty of dark blue, lots of 1x1 bricks. A few other tiles, yeah, there's those other dark blue sloping pieces. And then just to top it off, there's this this red boat piece. Now there's a bit of significance with this piece. This is from an Ninjago set, and it's probably one of the first ever part outs I did on Bricklink. I've had this since the very beginning, and it's finally sold. So there you go. Doesn't matter how long you've had your pieces, eventually I think everything sells. I think that's what everyone likes to think. It certainly happened in that case. Okay, so I need to crack on. It's coming up to 6:45, so I've got to get these orders all packed up and off to the post office, hopefully before 7:30. And then I've got this lot to sort out. This is a continuation of a brick store file that I started last week, just of a load of used bulk that we found in a box. It was already sort of pre-sorted into categories, so it was just a matter of quality checking it and getting it listed. And I did a whole stack of printed panels. Just let me see if I can turn the light on. There we go. And trying to remember which drawer it came. Oh, I think it's this one here. Obviously a lot of these panels, they're from friends sets and sort of city sets, so they're worth, you know, 10 pence, 5 to 10 pence each. So no great huge value, but lots of lot count there that I won't have in the store. But I came across this. Let me see if I can hold it in the light. It's a printed panel, and it says a poo, and then there's like a heart, and I think it says Manjula, which is from the Simpsons Quickie Mart, and that's worth a couple of quid. It's just a shame that the sticker has been stuck on near the top. According to the photo, it should be in the middle. But I'll note that on the description. And then there's this piece here, and this is from, I think, the original UCS Sandcrawler, and again that's worth you know, a few quid. And they were the most notable finds out of all of this. Everything else is worth, you know, sort of pennies, but quite a decent amount of bulk to get uploaded. So that's the sort of task to clear my desk, and we'll get started on that when time allows. Right, let's get cracking, and let's see what kind of week we have. Good morning. It's Tuesday, and it feels like I was quite productive last night. I've managed to put away and upload all of that used bulk, and made a nice big space on my desk. Now it only ended up at being about 40 quid's worth of parts and just short of 500 items, but 107 lots. And out of that 107 lots, I think I've added about 60 brand new lots, which was all helped with the stickered panels. There's quite a few of those, and I had none of them in stock. So that's quite good, and that made a little bit of difference to where I am on the store listings. You can see on there 12,793 lots now, so I'm starting to climb up page 2, so definitely in the top 100 now. But my sights are set even higher, so I think over the next few months I should see myself climbing that table quite a lot. While I was doing that, I was catching up with the Brick Shed. This is a store over in Australia, and yeah, I've still got a few videos to watch, but I've just watched the latest one, and he has some really good hauls on those videos. Lots of minifigures, so he's doing really well, and a good watch. Always trying to learn some new tips and tricks for the YouTube channel. If any of you do have any comments, put them down below. I will try and respond to everything, but always looking for new ideas. So last night's orders, feels like we're getting back on track. So in terms of a sort of financial target, that was hit, so that was good. What did we get? So 6 orders in total, all of them on Bricklink, no orders at all for Brick Owl. So that really good start to the year just seems to have fizzled out, really. So this order is a mixture of used and used, lots of dark bluish grey in here. We've got some Star Wars blasters, there's a couple of different sizes. We've got some wheels and some transparent pieces. And then this order here, I think it's got quite a few Bionicle pieces in it, including one of these spheres. I've only got one left of those now. Other sort of weaponry in there as well. So that's all good. Oops. This order was a load of little bit of used, but they're mainly new, including these black cylinders. I think they're the 3x3 variety. Small little parts order going there. Again, mixture of used and used, new and used. And then we've got this order here. There's I think like bat wings or something like that. A couple of Bionicle feet or claws. And then finally this order here, lots of dark purple in this one. I think that's all new, actually. Yeah, completely new, that one. Now I'm sure, yeah, there's one order with a particular part in that was worth quite a lot. I'm trying to remember which order it was in. How did these like last night? Where are you? It's eluding me. There it is. It's this order here. That's this piece here. So this is a black Technic axle, size 7, which is I'd say pretty rare. They don't often make a size 7 black axle. They're normally light bluish grey, light grey, or even yellow, but not black. And so that sold for £9, I think. Yeah, it was about £9. So I'm really pleased with that. I've got one more left of those, so that's in that order there. So yeah, that's all good. So I get all those packed up and off to the post office. The youngest lad's now back at school, so it's back to doing the school run. So we'll be going out a little bit later on, just before I start the day job. And I think that's it. What else did I do last night, actually? Just had a thought. Did some more coding on Brickmetrics. Now, one of the things that I've had to do, and it feels like it's a negative, but I've had to do a bit of work around cancelling subscriptions. It feels negative, you know, people cancelling something. It's not good, but things happen. And there's a genuine reason for people cancelling. And so I've had to do a little bit of work with Stripe to get that integrated. And I got about half of it done last night. the next challenge is managing the actual cancellation process. So I've got to do that. But I did make a really good start on it last night. And while I was learning all of that side of it and integrating that part of it, I discovered that I can actually do the premium upgrade in the same bit of code, which was really good. So that means when we introduce the premium features of BRICKmetrics, there's going to be a really easy upgrade path from the standard version to the premium version. Of course, if you're just going straight from registering to premium, then that journey will be easy anyway. But the upgrade path was the one that was going to present me with a challenge, and I found that I can do it in the same bit of code as the cancellation process. So that's really, really good. So it means I'm hitting, you know, 2 issues and fixing them in one sort of update. So I'm focusing on that. I also handed my notice in to the storage company, and normally you have to give 2 weeks notice, but because of the billing period, it means I've got this weekend and that's it. I've got to get everything out this weekend. So I've lined up my eldest son, who helped me with the actual move from Brick Arena. So he's going to come over and we are going to blitz it. We're going to move everything out of the container this weekend. It's all coming out. It's all going in my conservatory. Not the best, but I think needs must. The storage is very expensive and I think we need to get it all back here. I can then have a really good look at stuff. I was looking last night at some of the bulk, and I've got a decision to make. Some of the boxes contain part sets, and I can't really remember whether Keith ever touched on it before, but there's quite a few sort of half built sets. They're also, some of them are bagged up, some of them are loose. They're all part of the bulk, so they were never listed in the brick store file. But I think the decision needs to be, do I break them down, work out what's missing and complete them as sets, or do I just break them down and add them into the bulk? So I'm thinking of what's going to sort of sway my decision. But what would you do? You've got a load of bulk sets, part made up. What would you do with them? Would you make them into a set and sell them as a complete set, or would you break them down and add them to your parts? Let me know what you think, because it'd be good to get a gauge of opinion before I make any decisions. And if I remember later, I'll record some video of the boxes that I'm talking about so you can see. But for now, I better get cracking on these orders and get them ready for posting. See you in a bit. So here's one of the boxes that I mentioned earlier that contains some part built sets, and I have to be honest, the more I look at this, the more I think the best option is to break them down into parts. Some of these sets do look like there's quite a few parts missing. This one doesn't look too bad, but the most obvious thing that's missing is the minifigures, and I don't think any of them contain any minifigures. So I think the best course of action is going to be break them down, give them a wash, and just add them into the bulk parts. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. I think trying to find the minifigures and missing parts out of these sets is just going to be too much of a task. There's so many part sets. This one's a Batmobile, if I can get it out. yeah. That could be, I wonder if that's like a 4+1. No, maybe not actually, I don't know. But again, no minifigure. Part of a caravan type set. That's probably the car that goes with it, possibly. Some bits of track. In fact, in one of the other boxes, I've seen part of a city train set, so that's probably the track that went with it, which we got here. Yeah, nice bus. Oh, and I can see a minifigure in there. What's that? There's a driver. Yeah. So there's at least one with one minifigure. Oh, that could actually be off the caravan. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not too clued up on the city sets. What else have we got down here? Not even sure what that is. I think there's just quite a lot of other parts in the bottom of here. Yeah. Dimension set. But if there's no minifigure, then, you know, I don't think it's worth trying to keep as a set. Not entirely sure what this is. Looks like it's a stage. That, oh, it's got elastic bands underneath for springing that open. So yeah, I'm not sure, but that's really dusty. So it needs washing anyway, but you know, without pouring out the contents of this bag, I wouldn't know if the minifigures are in there. But yeah, I think that's my decision made up. I think I'm going to break apart these sets and just add them into the pile to get washed, and just combine them with the rest of the bulk. And I think by breaking them down as well, it's going to take up less space, and space is going to be a premium. There's quite a few boxes similar to this with made up or part made up sets, so I think breaking them down will take up less room, and I could definitely do that. I definitely need the space. There's quite a lot. So that's what I'll do. It'll just, well, it'll go and be stacked up in the other room and be broken down as and when. I think it's one of those tasks that I can just do if I'm in there and I'm just sort of milling around or chatting with the family. I can just do a little bit of that. Might even get the kids involved in that as well, just breaking it down. So yeah, that's that. So it's Tuesday evening, and you know what, I'm feeling pretty tired. It's quite early, but I'm feeling really tired. I'm not quite sure why, but I might only do about another hour and then maybe get an early night. I was going to start on the tax return, but that's obviously quite intensive on the computer, so I might put that off for another couple of nights. But we'll see. If I don't do that, I have made a start. I nearly fell over then. That was the lid off that box I've just done. Yeah, so I've started building up another brick store file from the other parts that we, my wife checked for me the other day. There was quite a few more stickered parts in there. Some of these helicopter pieces are worth like 50p each, so a little bit of value in there. And then I've just added a few more bits of minifigure accessories from my stock. I was just getting a bit bored of checking pieces with stickers, because I think one of the things you've got to do with stickered pieces is discard the ones where the stickers haven't been applied properly. I kind of feel if you're going to buy a part with a sticker on it, I think your expectation is the sticker will be, it'll be decent. It won't be, you know, like this one here, you know, sort of all curled up. It won't be like that. It'll be stuck on reasonably straight. I don't think you can expect perfection, but on the other hand, you know, if it's stuck on upside down, or if it's, you know, overhanging the actual Lego piece, because I've seen a few of those, then what I do is I take the sticker off, and that's these here, where I've removed the sticker and sort of tried to clean them up as best I can, you know, by removing the residue. And then these will just go in the wash. They'll go back in with the other bulk. They'll be washed and they'll be sorted out at a later point. The rest of the stickers I think are in pretty decent condition, and they're in the right place, and they look okay, and therefore I will sell them with the sticker. And you know, that's just the way I do it. I know other people might do it differently, but you know, I really don't want anybody complaining about the sticker. So rather than risk it, I'll always try and follow those rules. Okay, so best get cracking and see how much more we can get done in the next hour or so. Good morning, it's Wednesday, and so much for trying to get an early night last night. I did end up sorting out the tax return. I've got it all inputted now. I just need to go back through, just double check everything and make sure I'm happy before submitting, but I definitely broke the back of it last night. And then while I was just watching a little bit of TV, I decided just to add a few more lots to the brick store file that I was working on yesterday. Just ended up adding some more of the minifigure accessories and the odd minifigure itself, just what I grabbed out of this tub here. This is my own stock. I've got a whole load of minifigures in here. Some of them are quite old, but I added just a few of those, and then again some more of the accessories from these trays here. You can see I've left them out. Not good, but anyway. Anything of notable value? I suppose the most expensive piece was this horse. £3.34 each. Let me see if I can hold one up. There we go. Just zoom out a little bit. So I've got two of those in the original brown colour, and I've got 4 dark grey breastplates. Unfortunately, they've got a little bit of play wear. There are some minor scratches and a few scuff marks, but £2 each. Motorcycle fairing, £1.70. A couple of torsos. Now originally those torsos were actually complete. They had legs, they had heads, they had helmets, but the helmets, one was broken and one was sort of chewed quite badly. 2 different heads, which one of them was obviously wrong, and a pair of the legs on one of them were quite badly chewed as well. So it was easy just to sort of reject those parts and then just list the torso on its own. They came with plain blue legs, so I've just chucked them in with the other legs and just listed the torsos, like I said. So that's £1.60. The other breastplates in pearl dark grey, again £1.60 each, and then some hats. So some nice value in there. Now, as I said earlier in the vlog, I've been catching up with the brick shed in Australia, and one of the things he mentions when he's doing his brick store files is the price per kilo. Now, I think I've got this right, but this particular file weighs just under a kilogram, and it's valued at the moment at £93. And that just made me think, you know, well, crikey, we're buying used bulk at sort of between £5 and £10 a kilo, depending on how many minifigures, or depending on if it contains minifigures, I should say. But I mean, as you can see, I mean, a lot of these are all quite large pieces that do actually have a little bit of value in them. Some of them are 50 pence, 60 pence each. Not the greatest of sellers, but you know, overall that's added up to a really good value of £93 for just under a kilo of Lego. So I suppose when you look at it like that, that feels quite good. That feels like a really good return on investment, provided they sell, of course. And as we know, some of those plain parts might not sell very quickly, but we'll see. Okay, so orders. It's been a bit quiet. Just the 3 orders came in yesterday. This one was last night. All new, dark blue. Now these sold the other day. I sold a couple in another order the other day, and I've sold the others in this order today. So I wonder if there's a new mock available. Not sure. This order here, quite a bit of olive green, just sort of standard bricks, some tiles and some modified bricks. And then this order here, this is all used, but just sort of standard bricks, standard plates, some slope bricks. Now they might have been new actually. Clear headlights, 1x1 headlights. I don't know if you can quite see that. So that's it, just the 3 orders. So I'll get those packed up and off to the post office. Now I was thinking about something else. Oh yes, of course, right, today, Wednesday. So what I've got to get ready today is the set for New Set Friday for East Midlands Lego Hire. So I will probably do that. I might actually do that after this. If I can get these orders done off to the post office, if there's enough time before I start the main job, I might get that set out and make a start on it, and then I can let you know what it all is. So best get cracking. Okay, so here we go. Set number 21350, and it's the Lego Ideas Jaws set. So this is the set that we're going to get ready now for East Midlands Lego Hire. This will be New Set Friday, on Friday. Just 13 bags, so it's a fairly small set. So it won't take long. I've got the labels ready. The instructions are here. There's a few extra pieces there, but 13 bags just to rebag into my own plastic ones. So it shouldn't take too long. Best get cracking. So I've just emptied out bag 13 and came across this printed tile. So one of the most famous quotes really from Jaws. I'm pleased to say it's the right quote. Pretty sure Lego wouldn't make a mistake. But it's often misquoted. But there it is, you're going to need a bigger boat. So there we go, all done. 13 bags, all rebagged into mine. I think bag 6 was probably the smallest bag I've ever seen from Lego. There's not a lot of parts in there at all. Must be an easy step 6. So that's all done. The instructions look wicked. Iconic sort of photo of Jaws, I think. But yeah, really good. So in terms of wastage, obviously all of the bags here are all the new paper ones, so they get recycled. The box, cardboard, so that gets recycled. The cardboard around the instructions we use, so we keep the instructions in them, just trying to prolong the life of the instructions, so they get used within the hire set, which leaves us with the backing off the labels. There was one plastic bag in it that contained these plates, and there was one small plastic bag in there. I'll actually show you. Yeah, just one of those. So I've cut the end off. The end is waste, it's in there, but I'll reuse this. I'll use that in an order. So all in all, that's the only bit going to landfill, because I don't think these plastic bags can be recycled. So yeah, not bad. You know, kudos to Lego for moving over to these paper bags. I've worked out that if you hold them up to the light, you can see straight through them to see if there's any missing parts. So it's, you know, it's a quick check. I know a lot of people have said that it's harder to, well, it's easier to miss pieces in them because you can't see them. But I just find I lay them out flat and then I hold them up to the light. Easy, done. So hopefully I don't miss any new parts in the sets. So all that remains now is to get a plastic box from the chapel. We'll get this boxed back up and it's ready for Friday. Good morning, it's Thursday and I'm just picking the orders that came in last night. I've got a bit of a problem with one of them, which is somewhat confusing, so I need to spend a little bit of time trying to sort it out. Effectively, the customers ordered some pieces and they're not in the bin location that I've set up, but upon investigation I'm getting some really weird figures. So I'll come back to that in a bit, because I thought what I really need to do is focus on the orders that I have got picked and get them packed and shipped. And at lunchtime today I'll spend a bit more time trying to find these other items and see if I can get them in the post before the close of play. So that's what I need to do. So in terms of orders that came in last night, we've got a small order here for some light bluish grey parts. Couple of bionicle pieces here in this sort of gold colour. A single tyre and one minifigure from the Brick Arena stock. Interestingly, probably the most interesting order is the one that I'm part picking over here. It's got lots of minifigure parts in there, but I'll cover that off later. Last night I put away that brick store file, all those sort of helicopter pieces. They've all gone now. I've started to make up another one. Again, these are used parts, lots of panels in there with stickers. So I'm actually finding it quite easy to do with Brick Store. You just put in the part number and it gives you all of the variants, and all you need to do is just go through and select the stickered versions and add them to your file. It's quite straightforward. It's actually easier than I expected it to be. So it's the most time consuming thing is actually quality checking the stickered parts. But it means that I'm making a little bit of a dent in these boxes. I've only got sort of 5 stacks left to go, and then that area will be clear again, which is good. And I think that's about it to report on. Like I said, I just need to get back to trying to find those missing pieces. and get those orders packed. So I best get cracking. Okay, panic over. I've managed to sort out the missing parts from the order, and it wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was. So effectively, a customer had ordered some 1x1 round plates. They weren't in the location that they should have been, and I thought something had gone sort of weirdly wrong. But my normal checks on sort of BRICKOwl, and then I was checking some of the files that I've uploaded, I realised effectively I haven't updated the bin location when I uploaded it. It's as simple as that. And what that meant was me and my wife systematically worked through all of our new trays, and there's quite a lot. But you know, I think in these circumstances we had a little bit of time, and for me, the customers ordered them. If I've got them, which I thought I had, if I've got them, I need to find them and get them out to the customer. I would much rather spend my time doing that than going to the customer and saying, hey, we've made a mistake, we can't fulfill your order properly, would you like to cancel, refund? I just think that's the last resort. So while we had the opportunity, we started checking and we found them. They were in another drawer. All of them were there, and the great thing was that we managed to actually do that, pick the rest of the order, pack it yesterday, so the customer wasn't delayed in any way. I didn't film it simply because I literally had no time. I put the sellotape on the package moments before I was due to go out for the school run, so apologies I didn't film anything, but we managed to sort it out. It's all good in the end. And you know, I know other sellers might do things differently. They might say it's a waste of time, and they might just say it's easy just to tell the customer that a mistake's been made, we are human and we can't do part of your order. But I kind of feel that without checking, that's for me is my last resort. So all good in the end, all done. So yesterday, I didn't do a lot yesterday, to be quite honest. Had a busy day at the normal job. And then with it being Thursday, me and the lad ended up doing a little bit of gaming. And we had loads of technical problems. It's an old game on Steam, but we spent quite a bit of time trying to look at firewalls and all that kind of stuff. But we managed to get going in the end, and I spent a couple of hours gaming with him. So that was good fun, actually. But that meant I didn't really do anything more in the store. I'm looking around, and yeah, it's exactly the same as it was yesterday, so there's nothing really to show. The only other thing that happened is East Midlands Lego Hire. I have, I had a couple of sets being returned yesterday and a set going out, and I've got the same again today. So a few bits of paperwork to sort out on that. But in terms of orders, just the 4 orders from yesterday. A quick run through, because there's not a lot here. Minifigure and just a 2x4 sort of brick thing. The largest order was this one, all new. So lots of variety, tiles, bricks, plates, you name it. There's these 1x2 slope bricks, metallic silver. Nearly cleared me out of those. That's all good. No idea what that would be building. And then just a couple of small orders here, just for some parts. So nothing really spectacular, but all orders are welcome, all the same. So I'm going to get those packed up, and because I've got a little bit of time, I think this morning I'll get the paperwork done from East Midlands Lego Hire, and then I will carry on with the brick store file over there, do a bit more on that, and then go and do the school run. The weekend, this is the big weekend, we've got to empty the container this weekend, so I've got my eldest lad coming over to help out, and there'll be a few trips in the car, I think, to get the rest of the bulk out and get it back to the house. So yeah, quite a lot to do. So I will catch up with you tomorrow, hopefully from the container, and I'll show you the progress of how we get on. Good morning, it's Saturday and I've woken up today to a really nice surprise. We're now on the YouTube partner program, which is great news. We hit the 3,000 watch hours with the last vlog, and I applied for it last night and was accepted. So that's sort of part one to getting monetized. The next stage is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It will really make a difference, and monetizing the channel for me will hopefully bring in just a little bit more extra income, and already I'm thinking that that income will be spent at East Midlands Lego Hire purchasing new sets. Now, talking of East Midlands Lego Hire, it's been really busy at the moment, and I've got lots and lots of sets going out today and lots of sets being returned. So what that's meant is a bit of precision planning to book everyone in at different times so that they don't clash, and I'm going to be slightly delayed getting to the container. So I've kind of reserved this afternoon now for the container. I still think we can fit in a good 3 trips. We'll see how we get on with time and everything, but I do have help, so that's the main thing. So this morning, or the rest of this morning, I've got the orders to do, sets to get ready, lots of paperwork to produce, so it's still going to be quite busy. There were just 3 orders last night, so pretty quiet. So we got this sticker sheet. I think that was off the Dodge Charger. There's an order here with a minifigure. I think that was called the Watcher, I think. Comes with a cape, which we'll actually put in a little box. I think I've got some left up there. Yeah, you can just see one. Helps with the camera. And then we've got this order here. A couple of these old grey pulley wheels off the old red micro motor. So they're going out, and then a few other sort of Technic pieces which are all new, and that was the largest order. So a little bit behind on the target in terms of the finances on that, but easily reaching the targets with East Midlands Lego Hire today, so that's all good. We also had a delivery there from lego.com, which I won't be revealing, simply because that is for East Midlands Lego Hire. That was a back-ordered set from before Christmas. So, I mean, at the moment, there's currently a buying ban. I've got enough Lego to last me a while. But we do have to make some strategic decisions now with East Midlands Lego Hire, just simply because of space. We can't fit too many more sets in upstairs. So that's one to think about. Okay, so the plan today, get these orders done, get over to the post office, sets down for East Midlands Lego Hire, including Jaws. So Jaws went out on New Set Friday yesterday, and that's been hired out straight away. In fact, there's 2 people that wanted it, so unfortunately I only have the one, so I've had to let someone down. But that's just the nature of it. It's first come, first served. Yeah, and then deal with all the customers for East Midlands Lego Hire, and then this afternoon off to the container to move more of it over to the house. If we don't manage to fit it all in today, then it'll be tomorrow morning. But we've got to be out there by close of play tomorrow. So all good. Let's get cracking. Okay, there you go. The container is now empty. It's late Saturday afternoon, so me and the eldest lad have done several trips now back and forth from the house, a bit out of breath, but it's now empty and we can hand it back, and that will save us approximately £400 a month by doing that. However, there's a lot of stock now at the house, so still got lots to sort out. But I might see if I can record some footage back there. See you back there in a minute. Good morning and welcome to my conservatory. It's looking a lot fuller than it did. So yesterday we managed to empty the container and everything is now in here. Sorry about the light, but I think most of these boxes are just blocking it out. So at this end of the conservatory, I've got most of the bulk, and what I have noticed is that some of the boxes are half empty. So there's an opportunity there just to condense. There's still quite a few. Oh, it's really dark, isn't it? I don't think that's going to work. I can't show you. Well, some of those boxes do contain part-built models. So again, an opportunity there to get them condensed. And then in the other part of the conservatory, I've got the rest of the really useful drawers, which will go down in the chapel. There's enough room down there for those. And in those larger square boxes, I've got those little blue drawers that, if you remember, were behind Keith when he did his vlogs. So they're in the square boxes, and there's some other sets on top there as well. There's a little bit more bulk there, and then behind all of that are the remainder of the Rayco units. So the plan is we will probably spend next weekend, I think, moving some of the bits down into the chapel, clear some space, clear some walkway back here so that my lad can get to the telly for gaming. Otherwise I'll be in deep trouble if he can't. There's lots of things that can be sort of condensed, repackaged, maybe even a bit of binning. Oh, that's a box of poly bags. And of course during the week I'm going to continue to add more stock into the store. That will be an ongoing thing as and when I have time. I'm just swapping my hands. And then I've got 3 desks here that we will probably build at some point and offer up for sale. But I'll give first refusal to the family, see if anyone wants any. So yeah, that's where we are. I've just been looking at the YouTube monetization, and it appears that the first level of monetization is about memberships. So I've just set that up. It takes a couple of days to get approved apparently, so keep an eye out for that. I've tried to keep it as cheap as possible, but it'll give me an opportunity to add some member only content. In my head I'm thinking that I might do some BRICKS specific videos, maybe looking at some sets that are worth picking up for part out. But so that's coming up. Also, what I've got next Sunday, I'm going to be joining the Australian Bricklink group. They've invited me on to talk about my Lego journey, where I came from, what I've been up to, as well as East Midlands Lego Hire, and of course BRICKS. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be an early start, but that'll be the last bit of next week's vlog, so something to look forward to. So that's it. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. I've set myself the target now of getting 1,000 subscribers, so please do share it with other people, other Bricklink stores, and if you like what you see, hit the like button as well. I'll try to respond to the comments as quickly as I can, but otherwise I will see you all next week. Thanks for watching.